Who wants to be the next Italian wine ambassador? Join an exclusive network of 400 Italian wine ambassadors across 48 countries. Vinitaly International Academy is coming to Chicago on October 19th to 21st, and to Almaty, Kazakhstan from November 16th to 18th. Don't miss out. Register now at vinitaly.com.
For all the super wine geeks out there, we have a special new series dedicated to you. We are reading excerpts from our new edition of Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0. Wine lovers, tune in for your weekly fix only on Italian Wine Podcast. If you want to own a copy of this new must-read Italian wine textbook, just go to Amazon.com or visit us at MamaJumboShrimp.com.
Passerina. White. Description: Passerina is another complicated population of grape varieties with members that are not related at all. The Passerina of southeastern Lazio is radically different from the Passerina of the Marche and Abruzzo, even if they share some features in common. Associated regions and DOPs: Abruzzo, Marche, Lazio. The best examples of Passerina wines are those of the DOCG Offida Marche, DOC Controguerra Passerina Abruzzo, and IGT Passerina del Frusinate Lazio, but many producers make excellent monovarietal wines, and Passerina can be included in as many as 19 different IGT blends. In the vineyard, large-sized bunches and berries. Generally vigorous, disease-resistant, and with a reliable productivity year after year. In the glass, the wines can be dry, sparkling, or even sweet, made from the latest harvest or passito. Given the substantial differences, talk about Passerina as a single grape variety and thus as only one wine is almost impossible. Common characteristics: note of ripe citrus and tropical fruits. Pecorello Bianco. White. Description: Pecorello Bianco is another of the many grapes in Italy whose name is linked to sheep. Associated regions and DOPs. Calabria. It is very common in Calabria, particularly in the Valle del Savuto and in the provinces of Catanzaro and Cosenza, especially in the latter. It has always been blended with other local grapes to make light, easygoing white wines, and it is usually present in significant percentages, more than 85%, in DOC wines Terre di Cosenza Pecorello and in several IGT wines. In the vineyard, medium-sized bunches, small to medium berries. In the glass, characterized by good total acidity and high pH values. Pelaverga Grosso. Description: also called Pelaverga Comune, it is different from the Pelaverga Piccolo by its larger size cluster and berries. Associated regions and DOPs. Piedmont. It grows only in Piedmont. It is typical of the countryside around Saluzzo and Chieri, near Turin, where it is also called Cari. The wines are the DOC's Collina Torinese, minimum 85%, and Colline Saluzzesi, minimum 60%. In the vineyard, medium or medium-large bunches with large berries. It is a reliable and copious producer, vigorous and disease-resistant. In the glass, not too dark in color, aromas and flavors of pepper, strawberries, and violets. Pelaverga Piccolo. Red. Description: it is also called Pelaverga di Verduno, as it is grown almost exclusively around the town of Verduno, near the Barolo village, completely unrelated to Pelaverga Grosso. Associated regions and DOPs. Piedmont. It is also found in Piedmont, in the DOC Verduno Pelaverga, mainly around the towns of Verduno and Roddi. In the vineyard, medium small bunches with medium berries. In the glass, the wine is bright red with small red berry and herbal aromas and flavors. It is very pleasant, characterized by a lack of strong tannins and a good acidity. Perricone. Red. Description: Perricone has always been used and still is today to make ruby marsala. Associated regions and DOPs. Sicily. It is now planted mostly around the cities of Trapani and Marsala. Manovarietal examples are rare, but the DOC wines Contea di Sclafani, Delia Nivolelli, Eloro, and Monreale can be 100% Perricone. In the vineyard, Perricone has medium-sized bunches with medium-large round berries. It is a very vigorous variety, good but irregular productivity. It is not very disease-resistant. In the glass, pleasant, medium-bodied, and very fragrant wines. Often used to soften and increase the textural presence of Nero d'Avola wine. Piculit Neri. Red. Piculit Neri is completely unrelated to Piculit. Associated regions and DOPs. Friuli Venezia Giulia, Veneto. It has always been cultivated on the right bank of the Tagliamento River around the town of San Vito near Friuli Venezia Giulia's western border with Veneto, and even as far as Schio, Vicenza, in Veneto. It is present in several IGT wines delle Venezie. In the vineyard, small-sized bunches with medium-small berries, vigorous, abundant, and reliable productivity, good disease resistance, but it is sensitive to botrytis. In the glass, medium-bodied, refined, and silky tannins. Usually the wines have intense aromas and flavors of underbrush, red currant, and chestnuts, all complicated by sweet spice notes. Pignola. Description: distinct from Friuli Venezia Giulia's more famous Pignolo, Pignola shares with it and many other similarly named cultivars a very compact grape cluster which resembles a small closed fist or pine cone, pigna in Italian. Associated regions and DOPs, most typically associated with the Oltrepo Pavese and Valtellina production zones. It is usually found in blends with other local grapes in IGT wines such as Terrazze Retiche di Sondrio. Since Groppello di Breganze and Pignola are supposedly identical, wines made with this variety can be found around Vicenza in Veneto. In the vineyard, medium small sized bunches with medium berries, vigorous, abundant, and reliable productivity. It is resistant to very cold temperatures, though sensitive to oidium and botrytis bunch rot. It is resistant to Peronospora. In the glass, very mineral aromas and flavors of raspberry, white truffle, gunflint, and black pepper, with youthfully chewy tannins. Pignoletto. White. Description: it is called Grechetto di Todi in Umbria, where it is an important part of the DOC Orvieto wine blend. In Emilia-Romagna, it is called Rebola, but the two are identical. Associated regions and DOPs. Emilia-Romagna, Umbria, Lazio, Marche. It is most typically found on the hills around Bologna and Umbria, around Todi as well in the whole province of Perugia. It is present in the DOC wines Colli Bolognesi Pignoletto. Historically, the wines of the San Pietro area were considered best, and in others DOC wines such as Colli di Rimini, Reno, and Modena. In the vineyard, medium-large sized bunches with medium berries, very vigorous, abundant, and reliable productivity, good resistance to common pests. In the glass, uncomplicated, light, lemony wines that are easygoing with hints of white flowers, aniseed, chamomile, and golden delicious apples, and high acidity and delicate textures. Thanks to high natural acidity, when harvested late, it can give concentrated wines of real depth.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, cin cin.